Hey everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today I want to talk about the Duel of Fates assault battle. So I know I'm a little late. I just got back from a deployment, spent time with my family, but normally I don't whale on these things, and right now this is whale food, so I haven't been able to really engage with it, but I do want to talk about it and what my plans moving forward with it. So let's jump into that. So as you can see, my Padawan, Obi-Wan, and Master Qui-Gon, they're only at 4 stars. The additive drops that we got were really bad. Like they were not good. They were not generous. The last additive drops that we've got for Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, Leia, Gungans even, they've been pretty generous. I think closer to 3%. And lately, they've been giving us like I think it's like closer to 1.5%. And I did not get very many drops from it because it was so poor. I didn't even fully engage in the Padawan Obi-Wan because I didn't have that many hard nodes that I need to farm. So I farmed literally every hard node I had available, and then the rest I just went back to Kyrotech with my 50 refreshes. So I didn't do 100 refreshes, and I didn't even use all my energy available for it. And the reasoning behind that is it was not generous, and it really wasn't worth farming specifically to go out of my way, do 100 refreshes or refresh nodes just so I can get some lackluster Padawan Obi-Wan shards. Master Qui-Gon, I do my 100 refreshes every day, 3 times, and I was able to get this many. So even though like I did get, you do use more energy, you do get more, or you get access to more normal energy than you did Cantina energy, and that's probably why I have a little more Padawan Obi-Wan shards. As far as the event that came out, like I was only able to participate in the first tier, so I got 14 free shards and 4 million credits, and not bad for literally doing nothing for it, like just absolutely free for me. So I'm pretty happy with that. As you can see, I started putting a little bit of investment into them. I don't have their Zetas yet. I have like really bad mods. I took them to the level where they start requiring Kyrotech, and I'm not going to take them past this level until they are my main farm. And they're not going to be my main farm until they're both at 7 stars. I will say this, as soon as they become farmable, I am going to probably double or triple farm them so I can get access to the event that much sooner. So I do think it's that important. And then it does really matter on how far along my original farm that I'm finishing right now when I finish that. But hopefully by the time I finish my current farm, I'm going to dive all in on Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon. So if you can see here, 30 shards away from getting Queen Amidala, so I'll get access to her in the next conquest, and then I am going to get Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon up and running much sooner than I will with Queen Amidala, depending on the availability. So even if by next month I don't have these guys ready to go and I finish this JMK farm, then I'm just going to hoard materials to take these guys up as fast as I can. At the moment, like right now, I am planning on taking Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon to R9. The reason for that is, as you can see here in this post, like it's expected to come back on a monthly basis for the time being. Not super, like not the best messaging. What they're saying is, even though this is like a new assault battle and all assault battles happen monthly, I think they're going to look at how it's affecting spending and just currency in the game moving forward, because this is an extremely generous event. So I did bring up the wiki here, and the wiki's not super accurate. For some reason they don't have the credits right, but it's a good frame of reference. So essentially, if you have all of the tiers, you'll get 400 crystals, you'll get access to R9 material, R7, R8, and then some signal data up to 21 million credits, and slicing material. So me being a mod connoisseur, a lover of the mods, I would say tier 3 is an absolute must. It's pretty easy to do. I think it's just what, 7-star, or I'm sorry, that's tier 2. Relic 5. So I would honestly, I would say absolute minimum that you should be getting these guys is Relic 7. And I would say you should prioritize them as fast as you can get them to 7 stars. That's how fast you should get them up. And bare minimum you should invest into these guys is Relic 7. And I'll tell you why. Signal data is the bottleneck. You talk to any player anywhere, signal data is going to be their bottleneck. More than likely, there are those poor souls that are hurting on bronzium wiring, and maybe bronzium wiring is their bottleneck and not signal data. But my understanding is like 90% of the player base is hurting on signal data, and that's what's holding us back. Like signal data is the main place to get it is just Cantina. We do our refreshes. We do our 100 refreshes, and then you can also get some from those conquest currencies, and then also assault battles. So you're going to want this signal data 100%. Like Zimbidis and impulse detectors are great. The credits and the crystals that you get, everything in this is super great. Like absolutely a super great event, and there's no reason not to invest it. And even though they're unaccelerated and right now they're only accessible through whaling out, I am not saying to whale out on these characters. Absolutely not. What I'm saying is you should invest in the income that you can as fast as you can, however much crystals you can spare and energy that you can spare, into getting these two characters up. Even if you don't have Queen Amidala, they are Galactic Republic Jedi. You can find a home with them somewhere. You can put them in a Padme team, you can put them in a Qui-Gon team, you can put them in a Kelleran Beck team. You know, like they will have a home somewhere. They are not going to be like absolute garbage tier characters that are just going to sit on your roster and do absolutely nothing. Like they are decent characters. You can use them, and what they're going to do is they're going to give you those assault battles. And I absolutely value assault battles highly. So as you can see, I have almost all my assault battles done at assault challenge tier 3. Marin's my next project after I finish the bros, so I'll get Marin up, and then I'll finish off all my assault battles, because the income that assault battles give you are very important, and it's passive income. You just auto it, or you don't even auto it, I'm sorry, you just sim it, and then you get this wonderful income. So absolutely, when it becomes available to farm, you should farm them as fast as possible and put them at bare minimum Relic 7. Personally, I am going to go to Relic 9. I know that's a lot and it's very expensive, and you may not have that material laying around, and I do, and that's why I'm going to do it. It's not that prohibitive to my account. I'm still going to be able to knock out my JMK farm. I'm going to be able to take Marin to R8. I'm going to be able to farm my Gungans. I'm going to be able to farm my Leia. And taking them to R9 will only slow me down by how much signal data it takes to farm them to Relic 9. And it's not that prohibitive. And I'm in this game for the long haul. I plan to play it until the lights run out. And having that income every month, the credits, because if you think about it, even just the credits alone, if you look at the 5 million credits, it's like another what's it called, not Smuggler's Run, it's like another credit heist. It's like a free credit heist every month. And honestly, it's like 3 credit heists every month. Every time we get those credit heists, we're like, oh yes, credits. But what do we usually get? Like 5 million credits. This event gives you 21 million credits if you have the highest tier, 16 million credits if you have tier 7. That's an insane amount of credits. It blows the credit heist out of the water. So there is no reason not to invest in it. And what that's going to do for you is it's going to allow, like for me personally, I'm going to be able to level all my characters to 85 that I have, because I still have some that I want to level up, and I'm very much ahead, and I'm able to, but I'm still not able to buy mods because I have a I can with the ship credits. So the credits aren't a problem, and I buy mods with ship credits. But right now I'm not able to buy normal mods because I still have to work my mods, and then I still have to level about like once a week or so. I'll level a character to 85 because I'm still working through all these farms, and I'm still late game, and I still have a lot to do. Where if you're end game, like what this is going to do is it's going to give you a ton of credits where you can just buy mods willy-nilly, and you're not going to have to worry about credits. And then if you're mid game, early game, late game, what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to accelerate, push through that bottleneck, level up all your characters, and then you can absolutely go in and then start purchasing mods at a faster rate, and that's going to help you with mods. Same thing as all the slicing materials that you get monthly, like Smuggler's Run 2 is important for that, Galactic Challenges are important for that, and maxing those out. But with this event, you're going to be able to invest those slicing materials, and I think it gives you at least one 6-dot mod a month for free, and then also some other slicing materials. So 100%, the more you play the game, the more passive income you get, the faster you can grow your account. And I would say this is a must. Don't wait until these characters are accelerated. Don't wait that year. The second they're farmable, if we're lucky, one of them will be a Cantina farm, because those are super quick. If we're unlucky, then it's going to be 2 normal energy. But I hope they at least give us like 1 fleet, 1 normal, or 1 Cantina, 1 normal, or something along those lines, so it's easier to refresh them and it's not as prohibitive on your other farms that you're doing. But regardless of, even if they're both normal energy, I will literally drop all my farms and go straight for these guys as much as I can. Just because I do think it's that important, and I'm probably gonna triple refresh their nodes so that I farm them that much faster. So let me know in the comments what you guys plan to do. If you did farm them, where did you leave them at? But I'm recommending, honestly, if you can and you have the income and you don't have to like splurge and spend crystals just to get the material, then R9 is where you can sit them if you have access. If you're end game, if you're late game, if you win your TWs, you should have these materials sitting around. If you're not, and you don't have access to those R8 and R9 materials, then I would say Relic 7 with that Mark III raid currency can get you there with just Mark III raid currency, and then 100% just sit them there until you find a time at a later date where you have the bandwidth to R9 them. And when you can, you should, because it's just going to give you, and the faster you R9 them, the faster you're going to get that return on your investment back, because you get R8 and R9 materials for their final tier. So all in all, a must buy, a must invest. R9, yes, but it's up to you on what you want to do and how fast you want to do it. But I would say if it's not too prohibitive, absolutely go all the way into it. But bare minimum, you need to take them to R7. Like, every player should be accelerating these farms and taking them to R7. If they change the cadence to like every other month or once a quarter or something, that will suck. But I think it's still worth it with how much credits we get and what it'll do. Like, monthly is an absolute yes, and I don't foresee them changing it. I think the backlash on naming this an assault battle and then not giving us a normal assault battle cadence would be very will make players angry, and they're investing based on the assumption that it's going to be invested in monthly. I will say this: if in the future CG wants to do this and change the cadence or be flexible with their cadence, they just need to make it a normal event. Like, just make it an event, don't call it an assault battle, and then you can choose whatever cadence you want. But if you're going to name it an assault battle, then it needs to be the cadence that that event has. Otherwise, players are investing in it, and with the assumption that it's going to be here at least once a month. I will say, if you were part of the fiasco where you expected to get 7 times the reward the first time it came out, I'm sorry. I would say that's too incredibly generous. It would be over 140 million credits. I don't know what you were, if you fell under that, but I would say it could have been a safe assumption that that was way too generous, and there's absolutely no way that that was going to be possible. And that's what I thought when I first saw it. I was like, they're going to fix that. There's no way this is going to refresh daily for 7 days. And then it quickly was fixed. So I would say on our end, at least they gave us another free day. Some players I heard got a third free day. But overall, regardless of the past, I would say even if you can't whale, farm them right now. Relic 7 minimum, Relic 9 if you can, absolutely, and then move forward with that. I've even started implementing this into my roster reviews and recommending when players should farm them. And it's pretty much as fast as you can get the shards, and then once you can get the shards, you should go all in. So yep, that's all I have to say about that. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.